hardness and abrasion resistance. And the last one, the detail of the gypsum. First of all, we have the setting time. What do you mean by setting time? The time elapsing from the beginning of the mixing till the material hard. And from the beginning of the procedure till the end, we will call setting time. من البداية من المixing till insert to the mouth of the patient. After setting, we will call setting time. While the mixing time 11
تمام دكتور.
هسه uploaded to you. هسه موجود بالكلاس روم هذا.
تمام دكتور.
10 وال11 نفس الفولدر. زين. تمام. What is the mixing time? It's the time from the addition of the powder to water till the mixing is finished. And just mixing. While working time is the time available per of them we will call working. Okay. It's generally it needs 3 minutes for setting time. We have final setting time and initial setting time. What's the difference between them? Initial setting time, it is the reaction proceed. More hemihydrate crystal react to form dihydrate crystals. Okay. The viscosity of the mass is increased and it can no longer be poured. The material becomes rigid. Okay. From this time, it can be carved but cannot be molded. This is known as an initial setting time. While the final setting time, it is the time at which the material can be separated from the impression without fracture. Without fracture. The time, what's the difference between them? Initial setting time, all of the reaction will be proceed. While the final setting time, after all of the reaction completed, you must remove the tray from the mouth. This time we will call final setting time, the time to remove from the mouth of the patient. Okay, how you know this is the بزحمة بلا زحمة هذا الصوت مو مقبول. What's the measurement of setting time? We have some idea to measure the setting time. We have the first one, loss of gloss method. When the reaction completed, the smooth surface disappeared from the surface of the impression. From here, we know this is the final setting time. Sometimes we have exothermic reaction. When the temperature raises from the impression, it means the final setting time. And the last one, by the penetration test. How? By applying a special type of material. We will call Vicat apparatus to indicate the initial setting time. This Vicat, what is the Vicat? Look at here. The head of the apparatus, it consists of the metal. In order to know the hardness of the material, put the material here and apply the force by this apparatus in order to know the final setting time. If the needle penetrate it, that means it is not reached to the final setting time. When you apply the pressure and after 1 second remove the pressure, the impression material will return back to original shape. That means it is the final setting time. Okay? We have some factors affecting the setting time. The first one, manufacturer process. What do you mean by manufacturer process? According to the manufacturer, some manufacturers put two scoop of powder and 1 scoop of water, and other manufacturers call 3 scoop of powder, 2 scoop of water. All of them affect the setting time. Number 2, mixing and spatulation. And the rate of mixing and spatulation, increase the mixing, usually decrease the setting time. Number 3, increase the water for mixing, usually increase the setting time. By the way, increase the water, it increases the setting time, but the properties will be decreased. The temperature, increase the temperature, it will affect the setting time by decreasing. It reduces the time for setting. The last one, modifier, increase the accelerator in the company. It increases the setting time. We have a retarder. It increases the retarder. It will decrease the setting time. What is the benefit of those properties? When you have the case in the clinic, we don't have enough time for this patient. How you increase your time and decrease the setting time? By changing one of the properties of the material. But decrease the water, the setting time will be decreased, and it needs minimum time for setting reaction. Till here it's clear. Balaz Ahmed. Group B. Group B.
دكتور كمل.
تمام. Okay, we have the second properties. It's a setting expansion. عكس التقلص، عكس shrinkage, expansion. We have 2 types of expansion, either normal setting expansion or the second one, hygroscopic expansion. Normal setting expansion, the change between 0.05 to 0.5%. This expansion, it is normal to this material. We will accept it. The importance of this normal setting expansion, it will benefit for us. Why? Sometimes we have the impression material after setting can cause shrinkage. After pouring, the gypsum will expand. It will it will disappear the shrinkage of the impression material by the expansions of the gypsum material. Okay. How you control the setting expansion? Increase the rate of spatulation, increase water powder ratio, and modifier. Modifier either accelerator and retarder. The second one, we have hygroscopic setting expansion. Hygroscopic expansion, it means huge expansion. According to this theory, when you add water during setting to the gypsum, increase the surface film thickness of the entire particle and gypsum crystal and can cause forcing to each other. The importance of this hygroscopic expansion, use it to expand some gypsum bonded investment. It is the type of the pouring impression during removable partial denture between two brackets. It's chrome cobalt. Number 3, we have strength. The strength of the gypsum will increase after setting, initial setting time. We have some factors affect the strength. The first one, we have free water content, excess water. What do you mean by excess water? Yani, the manufacturer told you must mix the powder with 2 scoops of water, but you increase the amount of water to 3 scoops. 1 scoop, it is excess water. Okay? Increase the water can cause affect the strength by decreasing the strength of the material. We have wet strength after 1 hour. 1 hour from pouring. This strength is higher than the strength of the excess water. Okay? We have dry strength. Yani we have 3 types of strength. Either free and excess water, immediately after 1 hour, wet strength. After 24 hours, it is a dry strength. Dry strength, after evaporation of the water, the cast will be porous. But these types of strength, it's greater than the wet strength. Why? It contains no water in the cast. How you change the dry strength to the wet strength? By putting the cast to the water. After a while, will change to the wet strength. The temperature, increase the temperature. If you increase the temperature, it will evaporate the water, okay, and affect the strength of the material by reduction. The water powder ratio, increase the water, the porous will be increased and the strength will be decreased. Increase the rate of spatulation, the strength will be increased. Accelerator, retarder, both of them affect the strength by decreasing the properties. Okay, we will talk of all of them. Okay, we have tensile strength. Anyone know about what is the tensile? Group C.
قوة الشاشات أو ال
two fours away from each other from the same line. Okay. Okay, the tensile strength of the dental stone is twice higher than the dental plaster. What's the benefit of it? The cast, it is difficult to fracture because the tensile strength of the gypsum will higher than dental plaster. That's why we must pour the final impression by the dental stone, not dental plaster. Dental plaster just for diagnostic cast. The cast will be removed from the mold after 45 minutes to 1 hour in order to provide the good strength. Number 4, we have hardness and abrasion resistance. The hardness of the gypsum material will higher than the dental stone. Why? Because the rate of the water will lower than when compared to dental plaster, especially when reached to the dried properties after 24 hours. The flow of the gypsum usually depend on the water we will use. Increase the water, the flow will be increased. Increase the water will affect the properties of the gypsum. Usually you must put the tray during pouring on the vibrator in order to provide good flowability. Okay. The detail accurate will produced by the gypsum when compared to the dental plaster. Okay, and it will duplicate the cast like natural one. Why? Because the gypsum material will contain no excess water. How you mix the dental gypsum, the procedure, put the powder to the rubber bowl, insert the water, mixed by the spatula for 30 seconds in order to remove the air interrupted to the mixing. The spatulation usually you'll do either by the hand or by mechanical spatulator or by the engine, by the equipment we will call power-driven mechanical spatulator. Spatulation by the hand, we will know everyone insert the powder with the water and mix by the rubber bowl, by the spatula in the rubber bowl. While vacuum, we have vacuum. The vacuum by the pressure. Insert the water and the powder in the bottle and insert the tube of the vacuum under the pressure in order to mix gently. Okay? The infection control, how you disinfectant, either by immersion the cast in the dilution material or another way, add the disinfectant into the stone in the manufacturer, in the company. Okay? Sometimes we have overnight gas sterilization. This is impractical. Yani, one day after taking impression, put the tray in the gas sterilizer in the room. It is difficult. Okay, this is the hand spatula rubber bowl with mixing bowl. It is an electrical engine. This is the power-driven mechanical spatulator. Usually here. This is the pressure, okay, or vacuum machine. And thank you. I'm finished our lecture. I'm ready to answer any question if you have. I'm ready. Thank you.
دكتور عندي بس سؤال على الامتحانات.
الامتحانات 4 محاضرات داخل 3.
بس هو 4 محاضرات؟
نعم 3 4 5 6.
تمام دكتور.
تمام، هذا أقل شيء أقدر أستوي لكم.
عاشتك والله دكتور.
تمام.
ونوعية الأسئلة شلون دكتور؟
النوعية الأسئلة عرفون برسنتيجات، عرفون بروسيجرات، definition blank single choice, simple explain simple, if you like, if you don't like I will remove it. يعني directly أجيب لكم أسئلة يعني مو خارجي من نفس المحاضرات مالتكم. والأربعة لازم تقرؤون شوية بشكل صحيح، مو على باب الله، لأنه 4 محاضرات هذا ممكن مرات مثل ما الكيوس.
تمام دكتور شكرا.
تمام، يعني من 3 4 6 داخل لازم تعرفون. تمام، 6 داخله.
دكتور
الله بينا.
لا بعد ما اقدر، لانه يعني انا دا اعرف
بالمحاضرات بالاسئله.
شوف الاسئله دايركتلي لازم تقرؤون كل شيء صراحه، يعني ما اقدر اساعدكم اكثر من هيك.
زين دكتور، هي راح تجي MCQ true false؟
يعني الكل شيء وارد، لازم تقرؤون. يعني مو اذا احكي لكم بس MCQ، لا مو بس MCQ، اجيب لكم اسئله شامله يعني بها كل اشياء.
زين دكتور، احنا هم نحتاج مساعدتك شوي ويانا.
المساعده هيجي يعني هسه اسئله مالتي يبين من 11 محاضره 4 محاضره داخله، يعني بعد شو تريدون؟
دكتور هي خوش شغله، بس انا اقصد كنظام اسئله وهذا، انا تعرف الانترنت شوي ضعيف يمنا والوضع الالكتروني وتعرف الوضع دكتور.
يعني اساعدكم يعني اليمي، شوفوا اليمي كلكم ينجحون 100%.
شديتك دكتور،
بس
مشكور.
جاوبون ماكو ساقط يمي
ان شاء الله دكتور، مشكور.
بس جاوبون. انا اساعدكم، انا اعرف وضعكم مو زين انتم كل لا يا لو سلم دلل، انا اعرف وضعكم مو زين، انتم مو بالقاعة المحاضرات، انتم تعرفوا كل القوانين مال القراءة. انتم بس تجاوبون فد شيء والناجح يمي.
ان شاء الله دكتور، مشكور.
تمام حبيبي، يلا في امان الله.